Hello everybody, today we're going to be talking about the light novel, My Happy Marriage by Akumi Agitogi. This is a Cinderella-like show, book. I don't know why you got that in it. It says show. Anyways, it's a Cinderella-like story in which we have a young lady named Mayo. She's born into a prominent family. Her mother dies, her father remarries his first love, and instead of having stepsisters, she has a half-sister type of thing. And unlike Cinderella, which just focus on the romantic part, this does focus a lot on romance, but also focus more on the psychological damage that a person would have when they're been abused, the way that Mayo and of course Cinderella was. You know, she's in the story, Mayo's treated like a servant, actually kind of less than a servant. Her family treats her really badly. And the reason being, foremost for the father, is because she doesn't have this magical ability. In this story, those with magical ability are nobility, and the emperor uses them to fight off these evil spirits type of things. And they're also going to use these magical abilities on people as well. And in the physical world, I should say, probably explain it more. And then of course the stepmom doesn't like her because she was the father's first love. They were going to get married, but because of an arranged marriage, she wasn't able to marry the guy she loved. And so once she was able to marry him, she takes her revenge out on the daughter. And then we have the stepdaughter, who's always been raised that her older half sister is less than human type of thing. So that's how they treat her. So she's treated very badly. So very quickly in the story, there's some spoilers in here. She gets married off to a very prominent family. The guy's name is Koyoki. However, it's kind of like a Beauty and Beast part in this one. He's very handsome, but he has like a very bad reputation of being very cruel and mean and stuff. So they marry the older daughter off to him, and then they marry the second daughter off to another family who's prominent, so that they can keep the name. They adopt the other guy so they keep their name and their prestige type of thing. I should say that Koyoki, his family is like the top notch noble family and stuff, but everybody's kind of scared of him because he gets this reputation type of thing. And so the story, this first volume, focuses on her, Mayo, and Koyoki, hopefully I pronounced his name, and their relationship, and how she's trying to overcome the abuse that she's taken over her, I think it's like 10 years of her life. She's been abused, treated like dirt, and how their relationship develops, and how he kind of picks her up and gives her more confidence and stuff. It really is a touching story with these two's relationship. And the first volume really is about the romance and stuff between these two characters and her overcoming the problems, her mental problems, feeling like she's inferior to everybody and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really good. I think you would enjoy the first volume. It touches on some things about their magical system and how their society works. And she has her mother's ancestry is kind of mysterious. Nobody really knows much about her mother's ancestry, just that they are supposedly their powers are kind of forbidden and everybody's scared of them because they're able to control people's minds type of thing. And that's about all you learn from the first volume. So it really strictly focuses on the romance of these two characters and how their relationship grows. And also kind of like the dynamic between her and her family, and how her and her family and that relationship, and how her fiance handles that. And the second volume, I think, would be more like what guys and young men will probably be into. It goes, while the romance is still there, the relationship between those two characters is still there, you got more of like a mystery. We find out Mayo has like nightmares, and nobody really knows why she's having these nightmares. So it's kind of trying to figure out why she's having these nightmares, where are they coming from. We also got more of a case for Agitogi, where somebody busted into a cemetery and released all these evil spirits. So he's got to investigate who busted into the cemetery, and also defeating these evil spirits. Goes into more. We actually get to meet Mayo's mother's side of the family in this, so we get more of their history and the mystery behind them. Sorry if you hear a beeping sound, means my food's ready in the oven. So you got that aspect of the story, and I think both young women and the young man will probably enjoy the second volume. The young men would probably enjoy the second volume a lot more than the first volume. First volume is definitely geared to more of the young women, you know, teenage women side, but the second volume, I can see young men liking this one too, because it does have, you know, you get to learn more about their magical system, the powers that they possess, and how they use them. You get a good old-fashioned sword fighting duel. Well, it's not really a sword fighting duel. It's like it's a duel between two people who can use the power and the magical powers and such. And so it does have a lot more magical aspect to the second volume. I would say that this is like 8th grade writing, so it is definitely geared to like younger people, but older people would like this story as well. I enjoyed it. I think other people enjoyed it. So if this is your first time watching this on this channel, we only have 3 grading systems. We either recommend something, recommend with caution, or not recommend at all. I think if you're a young adult, high school, middle age, young woman, I'll recommend this. I think you would love it, especially if you like the romance and you like the magical stuff as well. You will definitely love this. If you're a young man, if you endured the first episode, I think you would like the first volume. I think you would enjoy the second volume, so I would probably recommend this with caution. There's a lot of romance, unless you like romance stuff. And then if you're older, you know, you're an older person, I think you enjoy it too. It's a sweet story, especially if you like those Cinderella type stories, so I would recommend that to older people as well. So that is what I have to say about My Happy Marriage. 3rd volume comes out in November. It looks like we're going to be exploring more of Agitogi's family. We haven't met his father or mother yet. And the 3rd volume, the preview says we'll be meeting his side of the family. It doesn't sound like his mother is a very good person, just from the glimpses you get in these first 2 volumes. And so I'll be interested to see how Mayo will interact with her mother-in-law, her future mother-in-law, and how that will go. And it looks like there's some more spiritual phenomenons going on. I would say spiritual phenomenons or something like that. Anyways, have a great day. Adios. Bye.